if ever you have a document that's 8.5 by 11 and legal mixed in, if you put the common edge, the 8.5 by 11, or the 8.5 inch edge in first, it'll pull from letter and legal as needed.
Okay.
In the past, what people would do is copy everything like that onto legal, which is a big waste of paper. Across here, you're always going to be defaulted to auto paper select. So it's going to pick the paper based on the original you stick in here. So if it's an 8.5 by 11, it's going to pull from the 8.5 by 11 tray.
Okay.
The only time you'll ever really need to use this is when you select the bypass tray, which would be for labels or heavier paper.
Okay.
One golden rule: no construction paper in a copier. Any copier ever, anywhere. Over in the finance office with Sister Loretta, she does have a risograph. So if you have kindergarten teachers who do construction paper or anything like that, that machine will handle it, no problem. Excuse me. This here are shortcuts. These are shortcuts to the reduction enlargement menu. I don't care for the shortcuts. I don't think they're very logical. If you tap on reduce enlarge here, this gives you all your options. All these blocks are preset ratios, meaning going from one paper size to another, so you don't have to figure it out. Just look at what paper size you have and what you want it to become and select the corresponding percentage. You can also go down to 25% minimum or up to 400. This 93%, that's what we call a margin. What it's going to do is just shrink it down 7%, and that's handy if you're putting something through a 3-ring binder so you don't punch into your type. Any questions on reduce and large? Pretty simple stuff.
Where do you press to get into that?
Right there.
Alright. Okay.
And then this yellow key will clear your number of copies plus all settings. So you'll see me hit that a few times. This here is your duplex menu, which all of you use every day. Quite simply, look at the pictures. Your originals are on the left, your results on the right. Singles, oops. Singles to double, double to double, double back to singles. This here, I don't know if you'll ever use it, but it does just what the picture says. It's kind of cool. So I had two 8.5 by 11 originals. And that's what I get. You can also do that more than 2 originals by going, see how I have this feature selected and this little yellow arrow is on? That means this shortcut corresponds with this menu. So if I go to that menu, my original is one-sided. If I have 4 originals, I can put 4 on one. If I have 8, I can put 8 on one. And if I combine 2 sides, I can take 16 8.5 by 11 pages and copy it onto one sheet. Of course you can't read it then, but you know, if ever you have something like hall passes or something that are
like
nicer.
flashcards or something.
Your staple functions are pretty logically outlined here. Staple in the corner, which will be your most common. Staple 2 down the side. Staple 2 across the top. This is your booklet stapler. And I have programs in here to show you how to do booklets, so you don't have to remember.
Good.
I'm going to turn this, okay. I'm going to turn these originals into this booklet.
Okay.
And you don't have to remember anything except for the program.
Okay.
My originals are single-sided, so I'm going to go to Program and select Booklet, Single-Sided Original. Tell it how many I want, just want one, and start. And all the settings in here are pre-configured for that feature, so you don't have to remember anything. If that ever doesn't work, or you get a message saying it doesn't work, check Tray 2 to make sure you have 8.5 by 11 landscape. That's really the only thing you need to know.
And then can you just, I have to print, can you just show us if we print to this, how we get to our file? Like, right?
Have you tried to print yet?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I can show you that too,
Alright,
because I've done it a bunch of times already.
So you'll teach them all how to do that?
Yeah, I
I'll
can show her.
you
I
on
can show
balance.
her how to do that.
So turn those 8.5 by 11 originals into a booklet that is paginated. I put page numbers on there so you can see.
Oh, great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do
That's
that for
really
Maper session and everything.
Yeah, that's good.
Some
Really good.
other 2 programs I put in there. One is booklet with a 2-sided original,
Okay.
and one is booklet single-sided original with a cover. And I took a piece of pink paper out of the closet to test the cover.
Okay.
The one thing you need to remember for that is cover paper goes in tray 3 this way, landscape way.
Landscape
That's where
way.
your cover stock goes.
Okay.
Okay. There's a couple other little fancy things this will do. Tell me if you need to know.
Okay.
Like how these originals I put page numbers on.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the edit stamp feature,
Okay.
and I'm going to stamp it and select page number. And you can do your page numbers however you want, and you can tell it where it goes on the page. Another handy feature in here is dates. Change your format, and you can change where you put it on the page.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, and then you have preset stamps, copy, urgent, priority, etc.
Cool.
And you have
That's
the
good.
option all pages are first page only. Another thing in here is stamp text.
Yeah. Right.
Stamp text, see where it says change text? There's no text in there. When I hit that, I get my QWERTY keyboard. So you can
Now you can make your
say-
own.
You have 20 spaces to put in whatever you want.
Great.
In Edit Stamp also, some other things you might use.